I can't.
I understand your concerns.
I can't.
As long as Saul, tell your Lord
can't.
Hackett.
David and his followers
I can't.
for more
I
than 1
can't.
year. And the Geshurites.
I
He did
can't.
not raid any. When asked by
I can't.
David and
I
his men,
can't.
David served under, although
I can't.
Achish trusted, and so Achish,
I can't.
upon their return, in their
I can't.
David
can't.
was greatly David's men were
I can't.
distraught.
What has happened to your family has happened.
Time to do the Lord's bidding. I can't do that. 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 I can't do that.
To escape Saul, David lived in the land of the Philistines. For a period of time, he lived in Gath and became friends with the king of Gath, Achish. The king of Gath gave the city of Ziklag to David. From that point on, the city was owned by the kings of Judah. For a while, it was David's headquarters.
Onward! Let's crack some skulls. Time to shine!
Now is the moment.
David led Achish to believe he was raiding Israel, but he was actually raiding Israel's enemies. So he was only pretending to be a partner of the Philistines in the war against Israel.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
As the Philistines gathered for the final battle against Saul, the Philistine commanders refused to allow David to participate. They assumed he would turn against them.
My spear is hungry.
Let's crack some skulls. Wise choice. I thought you'd never ask.
Now is the moment. My turn. Let's do this. I can't do that.
What can I do for you?
Since their families had been kidnapped, David's men were ready to stone him. Through his reliance on God, he was able to lead his men to trust in him and win a total victory over the Amalekites.
Welcome.
Wise choice. I thought you'd never ask. Let's crack some skulls.
Time to shine.
Hello there.
Except for 400 young men who escaped on camels, David completely destroyed the Amalekite army. This was something Saul could have done, but didn't. As a young man, David continually relied on God when making decisions.
Can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Can't do that.
while David was away, the Amalekites raided Ziklag. David had been raiding the Amalekites previously, so they probably wanted revenge.
Let's go.
Watch me work.
Hello there.
Let's crack some skulls. I can't do that. Can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. can't do that.
What can I do for you?
Let's do this. Time to do the Lord's bidding.
Watch me work. Let's crack some skull. Good. My axe is ready for battle.
Hello there.
Let's go.
With the Amalekites defeated, David and his men were reunited with their families, who had been taken captive. Every man, woman, and child that had been taken from Ziklag was accounted for. The Amalekites were proficient raiders and had amassed a large amount of plunder. David and his men took it all. David sent much of the loot to the elders of Judah with the message, "Here is a gift to you from the plunder of the Lord's enemies." In this way, David built relationships that he would soon need. 400 Amalekites managed to flee on camels. David and his men had no mounts with which to give chase, and thus these 400 young men escaped David's wrath. David then turned his anger toward King Saul.
If Saul had done as the Lord commanded, this never would have happened in the first place.
Forget what lies behind you, David. Instead, be thankful. The Lord has delivered our victory today.
You're right, Shammah. The Amalekites will pay for their crimes. I will follow the command of Moses to wipe out the Amalekites, even if Saul did not.
There was peace after David and his men returned from their raid on the Amalekites. Every man, woman, and child had been rescued, and he was hailed as a hero once again. David spent his time rebuilding Ziklag for his people. He had been keeping himself busy. He had been trying not to think about the fate of the battle in which he had almost fought. He had been trying not to think about Saul and his army. News had come about the battle on Mount Gilboa. David was informed about how the Philistines had routed the Israelite army and killed the sons of the king. But worse still, Saul, anointed king of the Lord, was dead. David's heart was heavy at the loss of Saul. For all their animosity, David loved his king. David wrote of his loss for the king. While his soul ached, he composed a lament for Saul. He was determined all of the people of Judah should be taught the lament, so they should not forget their fallen king and all he had done for them. After some time, David inquired of the Lord. He asked, "Shall I return to Judah? Shall I go to the cities, Lachish, Arad, Hebron?" And the Lord replied, "Go to Hebron." David brought his men and their families to settle in the city of Hebron. The elders of Judah came to Hebron and anointed David king over the lands of Judah and all of its people. Meanwhile, in the city of Gibeah, Saul's only surviving son, the young Ishbosheth, became king of Israel and Judah after his father's death. A courier has come with news from the south. He was told of Judah proclaiming David king in the south. The young king of Israel vowed to crush David and put an end to his rebellion. The men of Judah rose up to fight for their king. Ishbosheth had called upon the Asherites, the Ephraimites, and Benjamites to fight for him. The men for David fought for their king, anointed by the Lord. Ishbosheth's men fought for the son of a fallen king. Each man fought fiercely. Many died bravely. David and Ishbosheth fought for 2 years. The war between the king of the Israelites was ended when a pair of misguided men murdered the son of Saul while he slept. David lamented the loss of Saul's only remaining son with sadness, even though he knew it would put an end to the bloodshed. The men of Asher, Benjamin, Ephraim, and Israel came to David in Hebron. There they made a covenant with him and accepted his rule. As Saul had once done, David had united the tribes of Israel under one king, anointed by the Lord Almighty. David decided that his new capital city should lay in the middle of his kingdom and chose the Jebusite city of Jerusalem. The Jebusites of Jerusalem rejected David's plan to make their city his new home. They insulted the new king and stated he could not enter the city. David met with his top men to devise a plan to capture the city. David declared that whoever delivered the city to him would be made general of all his armies. David's men continued to devise a plan of attack. Meanwhile, Joab has gained some valuable information from the unlikeliest of sources. David led his army from Hebron north to Jerusalem, where they laid siege to the city. Joab spoke with an old beggar who told him of an alternative way to enter the city of Jerusalem. Joab explains his plan to the five. Enter the city through the secret waterway shown to him by the old beggar, and open the gates to the city from the inside. It would be up to the five to deliver the city to David.